Hello?
Hello, is this you?
Yeah, this is Pierce.
Okay, what area code you at?
513.
Okay, because I had went to it earlier. Okay, thank you, Kim, again for your donation. Thank you for calling
Oh,
in.
absolutely. I'm just going to listen.
Okay, and you got to email me, Kim. I want to know when you can call back in. We can talk about the medical stuff and the questions you have. Yeah, I had went to 513 earlier. I didn't hear you. But, yeah, I'm glad you're here because I didn't know if something had come up. So I had given the people, like, briefed them about who you are. What was it, like a couple of months ago when we were talking and I got into it with your mother? Okay, yeah. So I want you to tell them who you are and what's been going on, or do you want me to kind of start off with you, or do you want to introduce yourself?
You can start it off.
Okay, I met Paris, I think, what was it, last year, or was it earlier this year you started commenting on my videos?
Earlier this year.
Yeah, Paris started commenting on my videos, but I don't think we really had talked yet. I don't think she had told me what was going on with her. I think finally she emailed me and let me know that she was in a very abusive household. Her mother was abusing her, and she was caught. It was hard for her to tell anybody because she goes to homeschool and she doesn't have any friends, and her mother doesn't allow company to come in the house. And she has two brothers. So although she has a brother, I think, that's in his 20s, you said, well, one brother's in his 20s, and how old is the other brother?
He's 14.
You're saying that your mother doesn't beat and try to intimidate and humiliate them. She only does this to you, and they're in the house. When your mother is beating you, it's time she choked you so hard. I mean, she pushed you over the sofa and was trying to, like, cutting your air off, and the brothers heard it. They went in their room, turned the TV on, turned the radio up, didn't try to intervene. I'm sure your brother in his 20s is strong enough to overpower your mother, but instead of doing that, both of them turned their heads, and they never told anybody. And how long has this been going on?
Since, like, in my early preteens, that's when it started happening.
Talk up a little louder because I want to make sure everybody hears you when we're recording and when we play it back.
In my early preteens is when it started happening.
Okay, so when you were little, was your mother there? Did she raise you?
She raised me because my father had left. He had left her family for another woman. And after that, we were just stuck. He took his check and everything out of the household, so we was just left there to really just suffer. Like, you know, we were struggling. We didn't even have, our house was so broken. We didn't have enough money to, like, pay for the furnace. When the furnace broke, we was sleeping in the cold, and we had to leave our house. We had to get up and leave everything because my mother didn't have enough to pay for the CG&E, which is ran by Duke Energy now. But she didn't have enough, so we had to get up and leave everything and go over to my grandmother's house and stay there for, like, close to a year. And we didn't get back into our house until, like, maybe the following year. So, once he left, he took a lot of things up out of the household, and we were just left there to struggle. So after that, that's when, like, really the abuse started happening.
Now, so you saying so was your mother a good mother? Do you remember her hugging you, kissing you, just really loving you when you were a little girl before your dad left?
To tell you the truth, she's a good mother, but we lived in a household that you don't really hear I love you a lot. You don't really, you have a support system, like, you know, if we all were to go on and die, like, we all do it. It's not just one of us. We all do it. But at the same time, we never got a lot of affection in the household.
So how is that being a good mother? But because she buys clothes and shoes for you, but she does not emotionally and spiritually balance you and teach you how to love and respect yourself, that means she's a good mother? I'm just trying to be clear here. Because a lot of people misunderstand. They would think, well, just because your mother works every day and pays bills, she's a good mother. But if she neglects you spiritually, emotionally, and she beats you, and she refuses to tell you about life and the beauty of your body and the power of your body and the spirituality and how to avoid game and to avoid being taken care of, she's still a good mother. So that's I'm just asking you, because that's just my opinion. As being a child that was abused like you and being on the other side as a mother, that's why I'm just asking, that's my opinion, so I just want to hear yours. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I had always looked at it because my mother had, once my father left, she had always bashed him. She put it in her head, like, well, he's no good, he's a no good father.
Can you put your mouth to the phone? 'Cause I just want to make sure you speak up louder so everybody can hear you, because you sound low.
Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I just want you to speak a little louder or, or project your voice more so we can hear.
Oh, okay. Well, once he left the house, it was like, she really, bashed him. She was telling us things, because we mainly lived his life because he was a drug addict and he's a dope head. So, we went through hell with him, and so we turned around and went through hell with her because she was telling us all these things and turning us against him. But at the same time, she was letting us go and visit him, and he was with a lady that he left her for. And see, that was a lot because that really damaged me because I felt like I was in competition for his love because he would always put the lady over me and my brother.
How would he treat you when you were there?
It was like I was there, but I really wasn't there. It was like he would let the girl talk for him, talk over him. He would let her dictate things.
How did she treat you?
She would always like to crack jokes at us and make fun of us. And
like what?
Well, at the time, before I had lost weight and everything, I still had some pounds on me at that time. And she would crack jokes like, yeah, well, my daughters is in cheerleading and they're very toned, and do you need some room? Do you need room? Do you need him to pull up his seat? And then she tried to get us to eat some chips, and the chips were all soggy, like she had spit on them or something like that. She was trying to get us to eat them. And I pulled my brother away. I said, don't eat those because either she done spit on them or something, but the chips inside the bag were soggy. So, I mean, she didn't treat us no good either.
And what did your father say about this?
He didn't have nothing to say.
Did you tell your mother?
I told my mother, but it was kind of like a jokey joke thing with her.
What you mean?
Like, we would tell her about it because she would like to hear, what happened, like, what did we do, what did we do on our day out with him or whatever. And so, I get to telling her, well, yeah, we did this today, and yeah, I think she kind of tripping or whatever. Well, you're not there for her. You're there for your father. Have fun with your father. He needs to be spending time with you. And
so
I'm trying to
you
tell
told her about the potato chips?
Mhm.
And that you think the lady spit at them, and she says, what?
And she says, well, you're not there for her. You're there for your father. He needs to spend time with you also. But if she ever gets out of line, then I'll get her in line and all of this. And I'm like, but I just told you that she may have spit on the chips.
And she was calling you fat, and they were ignoring
right.
you.
Mhm.
And she didn't feel like that was out of line.
No.
But she's a good mother. See, that's why I'm asking you a question again.
Mhm.
That's why I just want you to tell me, why is she such a good mother? Because I'm just trying to go through. Okay, so you're starting as little. That's how she treated you. So as you got to a teen, it's like, okay, when did the physical beating? Because now you're telling me your mother. Now, did your mother verbally assault you and put you down the way this lady was doing?
Yes. Mhm.
What kind of things would she say?
Well, I remember one time she was like braiding my hair, and she I don't know how it happened, but all I know is that she told my brother to go get a cable cord, and she beat me with the cable cord. And she was saying, well, it ain't my fault that y'all sit around here and gain weight and all this, and you dumbass, you stupid. And I was just really, really, really ridiculed and put down. And I just felt humiliated because, I mean, my brother sat there and watched